Okay, this is probably gonna be a quick one. I might go a little longer. You never know, but this is kind of just gonna be my thoughts on SmackDown. Just trying to remember exactly what happened, because Lord, um, it's been a few days since SmackDown, but no particular order. Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax had a great match. Why was this on SmackDown instead of a PLE? Which begs to, differ. This is the type of match that should be on SmackDown. The PLE's just falling off and the regular shows just falling off so much. This is why we watch SmackDown. This is why we watch Raw week to week, is because we should be having matches like this. And big ups to the WWE. I think Raw and SmackDown had a women's match as the last match, and it was actually good. Like, do we care if these are the last matches? Even if John Cena would have came out to just say something like at the beginning of the show, we wouldn't have cared. We got a match that was good. And anyone that says this match wasn't good is hating, pretty much. You hate wrestling. This wasn't no 5-star, match, but I mean, damn near it was a PLE-esque match with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. They did their thing. And also, just moving on, Alexa Bliss qualifies for Money in the Bank. Not too much to say there. Alexa Bliss may win Money in the Bank, or Jade. We might get Jade and Tiffany at some point. We might get Alexa Bliss and Tiffany at some point. We might get Alexa Bliss and Jade at some point. But it seems like they're making Jade instantly upper tier card in the women's division. I would have actually liked maybe Jade win the US title first. Kind of like what they're doing with Jacob Fatu. Put that US title on him. You run that division for a few months. Then we might bring you to that main roster. But Jade also had the women's title in AEW, so it doesn't really matter too much. If Jade wants to go after the WWE Women's Championship, go ahead. Solo Sikoa, and I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm gonna just call him Solo. Solo qualifies for Money in the Bank. Boom. That's one of my predictions as well. Y'all gonna get that video tomorrow. JC Mateo, which I thought they called him Jacob Cobb at Backlash. I could be wrong. JC Mateo, honestly, I think he's gonna be cannon fodder. I don't know. I honestly don't know what they gonna do with him. I mean, why is LA Knight? I guess LA Knight is feuding with this dude to just have something to see on SmackDown. He could be part of the bloodline. Solo's bloodline, to fend off Jacob when they eventually break. But I think that's stupid because Solo is seen as this mega bad guy. Solo ain't screw over nobody. Solo ain't screw over nobody. Solo, to me, actually had the best bloodline, but everyone's hurt. You know, they was wrecking everything and leaving. And Solo got to the top. The only person that took down Solo was a piss poor Roman Reigns. You know, he came back and saw Solo was doing good without him. And Roman betrayed the bloodline. The Rock came out, did the little throat cut thing, and there was nothing after that. I mean, I would love to see the conclusion of that. Solo's like, it's all a part of the plan. It's all a part of the plan. Hopefully, and God knows WWE creative sucks, but honestly, another storyline they could have put in was, hey, Cena's ruining wrestling. Solo could be the first ever TKO / WWE newest champion. You know, that's the kind of creative direction WWE should go with this. But we're not going to get that. It's going to be some stupid thing. I wouldn't even... WWE is so trash with creative. I wouldn't be surprised if they signed Edge back and gave him the title. Like, that's just how dumb, you know, WWE has been doing these storylines and dropping the ball. I mean, there's some storylines you could pick back up on, but I'm not going into all that. You know, we also had Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre say they're going to do their Saturday Night Main Event thing. Maybe. It's going to be all right. It's going to be an okay match because it's a steel cage match. But y'all already had the street fight and everything, but go ahead, give us a match. You know, Damian Priest been putting in work. Drew McIntyre been putting in work week to week. So has Carmelo Anthony, but he doesn't get any kind of shine. It's clear. Then you get Fraxium. And they have their encounter with the Street Profits in the back. So Fraxium gets to run through all of these tag teams with ease. And the Street Profits are going to destroy Fraxium. Enough said. You know, they not dropping the belts. And the Street Profits ain't getting the shine. Let this be, you know, I would love to see the Street Profits at WrestleMania. They have to do that. And then the Street Profits drop the belts and they have to go their separate ways. Oh my God. You have to. Y'all sat on the Street Profits for so long. They've changed their characters. It is time to move Montez Ford to Raw. And, you know, his partner just has to get another gimmick. You know, that's what I would do. I would throw a mask on him. You see what I'm saying? And turn him into, you know, let him fight JC Mateo. Let him start fighting against Jimmy. Let him start fighting against some of these other players. That's how you keep your roster stacked. Oh, what you gonna do? Release him and let him go to AEW? Come on. Aleister Black, Carmelo. Why? Carmelo was just facing Cody Rhodes in like a great face-off match. He could go toe-to-toe with Cody Rhodes. You know, send Carmelo to Raw, bro. Send Carmelo to Raw. You know, and it's not too much after that. You know, Raw was good. SmackDown, you know, was good. You had art. And can I say SmackDown was good? You know, was SmackDown really good? Nah, it was like a 2.5 out of 3. Wait, it was like a 2.5 to 3 stars. If I could call it that. Is it the 3-hour thing where you're just like, oh my God, it's 3 hours? Or should it go back to 2? I think I heard I heard something about it's going back to 2 hours. If SmackDown was 2 hours, that'll be perfect. You could cut some of that fluff. I know a lot of it is the advertisements, which I don't care about. Bring on the ads. I know that's how y'all make money now. I want the wrestlers to get paid for putting their bodies on the line. Ads don't bother me too much. But, you know, SmackDown's going in the right direction. That's all I got to say. It's going in the right direction. Start building up some more of these stories. Get some great stories. That's all it needs is some good story. You got Carmelo and Aleister Black. Yeah, they're feuding, but what's the story? Why?